for the black women of the world. More than a nation and one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. For Black History Month.
We're here celebrating Black History Month in Wales 2015. This year's theme is Great Black Women Past and Present.
We're very happy to celebrate Black History Month, which has been celebrated all over Wales.
We've got some African drumming, we've got some storytelling, we've got some great videos, and we're exploring some of the stories behind some of these great black women.
Hoping to inspire us to carry out things just as black women in history have done.
Many people don't know that behind, in quotes, many of them, in quotes, great men, are very strong women who really essentially tell them what to do. Never mind what she did for me when I was little. If I had a little cup of water there, you hear me go, "Mommy, can I have some water? The water is there." I can make it easier for you to get more slaves so they don't get sick. And I went, do you need women as well? Because the aim of slavery is to work. It's hard work. So we need women. Come on. Who is going to bear the slaves when they get there? Who's going to give us more slaves?
For me, inspiration is about getting out into the community and just doing something. It's a question of just community work and individuals within the community, whether it be small or whether it be large. It's important, I think, to do something within your community setting. So joining those networks and maybe learning new skills on the way and communicating and just getting out of the house really and taking part in your community. And I think that's where the inspiration comes from.
So that's why school's pretty cool really, because we sort of learn some stuff. But education doesn't stop when we leave school. It goes on and on every single day.
Bits of it are like a letdown.
Years ago, we came with very old-fashioned views and ideas, and grew up. I didn't even know English when I first came over, and so went to school, etc. And when I went to go to college or university, my parents decided no, because I was a girl. They didn't want girls going away, away from the home and living away. It just wasn't done in our culture. Really. I did it because I wanted to prove a point for my kids. I didn't want them to be brought up with the same mentality and the same way of thinking that our community still does. Even now, in Llanelli, that's still going on.
Inspiration is making people feel good about themselves, inspiring ideas, looking at different concepts of things, coming up with ideas, having the confidence to go through with it.
Because when we talk about people that inspire us, we forget to look at people that we inspire as well. And a lot of the time we tend to look at what might be a flash of inspiration, so something that kind of comes along all of a sudden and just changes the direction of our life. But inspiration is actually more of a process, and it could come from meeting somebody who becomes your role model or having an insight into somebody else's story. And it's through those kind of initial kind of experiences that we start off on the process of inspiration. And when we look at the definition of inspiration, it's actually around something that propels us forward, so something that changes an element of our lives in some way. So it could be the fact that we gain new inspiration, new knowledge in an area, or the fact that we start off on a different track.
Young, old, indifferent, old past their self-ideas, that there is nothing to understand that they can't do if they really want to.
I believe that everybody has it within them to be a great person, and sometimes they just need somebody who can believe in them and help them release their potential.
the first bit is true that Bob Marley's father.
Well, obviously I'll be going to schools. We've got community centre events. And I think they're all very excellent for showing local community groups and schools about the black community, what we do, and actually what we're planning to do for the future. And above all, engage with communities and show us what we do.
Bum, 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 minor, 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 7. We can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, that's questions left. You've already answered them. You know these things are wrong. You know male domination is wrong. You know it's wrong to oppress people.
They're a Year 10 group and they've been doing USA in 1929 to 2000. A big part of that is the civil rights movement. I think we touch on Beyonce and that was really nice to see how, you know, how black Americans, how people of black heritage show their culture and diversity.
Then he goes on the podium in the day.
The session today.
I have really enjoyed.
Yeah, what have you learned? Anything new?
I've learned clothes.
How about you? Had a good time?
Yeah,
What have you learned?
about African culture and women.
Fantastic.
I'm going to tell people about my own kind of personal story, my own motivations for being involved in my community and for actually valuing the different elements, including the incredible black history and the incredible black women in our communities.
I'm hoping to give somebody a little bit of enjoyment. I'm going to visit a friend who is bad.
I've met people that will inspire me forever. I've realised how friendly everyone is in Llanelli. It's the first time I've attended something like this, and I'll definitely be here again.
Oh, I think I was inspired with lots of people, lots of interesting stories, which really impressed me. I didn't know that in 21st century we still had people with these stories.
What's really inspired me is that people have been speaking from their heart. Nothing was prepared. They've just come along and shared their story. So that's the inspiration I'm going to take away from this day. And it's been a great way of celebrating Black History Month in Llanelli for 2015.
I will say that I walked in and Becca was very inspirational in her speech today. And how Becca adapts to everything in her life and encompasses everything. I just find inspirational.
I was very fortunate at primary school. I had a very positive and inspiring primary teacher. She provided lots of support. She was very positive, and it made me want to learn and carry on really. And I just wanted to be like her.
My inspiration are children, especially my grandchildren, and I want to think I inspire children.
I believe my auntie has, as she was a teacher, and she involved me in lots of organisations that she ran, Sunday schools, Girls Brigade, Brownies, and it inspired me to want to work with children, which I have done as all of my career.
I'm going to go and clean the house, and that'll inspire my sister to go and clean the house then.
I'm going to go home from work and cook for my children, and hopefully it'll inspire my husband.
Give her 5 words from there.